Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The FBI is investigating a car ramming in New Orleans that killed at least 15 people as a terrorist attack. Police say the man who drove a pickup truck into crowds of people celebrating the new year was hell-bent on creating carnage. Jaime Okan reports.
A night signifying a new beginning comes to a violent end. At least 15 people have been killed and more than 30 injured in a vehicle ramming attack against people celebrating the new year on New Orleans' popular Bourbon Street in the U.S. state of Louisiana. The FBI identified 42-year-old U.S. citizen Shamsuddin Jabbar, an Army veteran from Texas, as the driver. Jabbar was killed in a gunfight with police, concluding what they say was a premeditated attack.
Last night, we had over 300 officers out here. And because of the intentional mindset of this perpetrator who went around our barricades in order to conduct this, he was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
The FBI says the suspect claimed inspiration from the Islamic terrorist group ISIS on social media in the hours before the attack. The group's flag was also found attached to the rental truck used in the incident.
And the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and potential improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter.
Authorities say New Orleans was in the process of replacing barriers designed to protect pedestrians from vehicles ahead of the upcoming Super Bowl, one of the world's largest sporting events. The terror attack, the deadliest in the U.S. in over a year, left many residents and tourists shaken.
Like, you just heard this squeal and like the rev of an engine and then this huge loud impact and then the people screaming. And debris, just metal, the sound of crunching metal and bodies. It's just like shock and disbelief. You just don't,
U.S. President Joe Biden says he's standing with the people of the city.
To all the families of those who are killed, to all those who are injured, to all the people of New Orleans who are grieving today, I want you to know, I grieve with you. Our nation grieves with you. We're going to stand with you as you mourn and as you heal in the weeks to come.
A college football match scheduled for Thursday has been postponed as security is tightened across New Orleans. And as authorities continue to investigate the driver's motives, a city known for its resilience starts the year picking up the pieces. Howard Zhang and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
Former Taipei Mayor Wen-je could be back in custody after prosecutors successfully appealed again to overturn the district court's decision to release him on bail last week. It's the latest development as prosecutors, the lower court, and the high court wrangle over a high-profile corruption case that's gripped the whole country. Tiffany Wong has more.
Former Taipei Mayor Wen-je is back in court, and his release on bail is once again at stake. Now the district court is discussing whether to leave him out of detention. Prosecutors say that he could try to collude with others, and they successfully appealed to the high court to get the lower court to reconsider. Since Ke's release last week on an original bail of almost $1 million, prosecutors successfully appealed once, causing his bail to be hiked to over $2 million and requiring him to wear an ankle monitor. Plus, 3 other suspects out on bail also had their bail amounts raised, and they may be back in detention, including real estate developer Hsinchu, Taipei City Councilor Ying Xiaowei, and Ke's election finance chief Li Wenzong, who are all facing a second appeal by prosecutors on the same grounds. Ke has been charged with accepting bribes and embezzling political funds, and he faces a 28.5-year sentence if found guilty on all charges. Prosecutors are investigating him and several others for their alleged involvement in a land redevelopment project while he was mayor and his suspected misuse of campaign funds during his run for president last year. 5 of them, including Ko, were released on bail on the condition that they would not contact each other and would not leave the country. And now prosecutors are still fighting to bring them back to detention, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of back and forth between prosecutors, the High Court, and the District Court as prosecutors make sure that the defendants stay out of the investigation. Eason Chen and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Ko's hearing is now underway. The court is expected to issue a decision shortly. Ko's bail hearing comes one day after he formally resigned as chair of the party he founded, the Taiwan People's Party. For more on what direction the TPP may now take, with legislator Huang Guochang as its acting head, Alex McDonald spoke to Tony Liu, a professor of politics at National Zhongxing University.
With Wen-je now stepping down as TPP chair, what sort of legacy does he leave behind for the party?
Wen-je, I think, he has many impacts among others, I should say. One being that we look at the domestic scene in Taiwan. It has always been a two-party system for a very long time. So I think one of Ko's legacy was, or is, I should say, is to kind of at least take the party, at least step it up to the presidential election. So I think for a kind of a new party, that is one of the legacies that I think any forthcoming party would find a difficult time to actually overtake or replace in a short time.
The TPP balances between the DPP and KMT as the smaller third party, and under Wen-je, critics said that he leaned more towards the KMT. Do you believe that Huang might take a more neutral approach or lean towards either party?
I guess in the foreseeable future, if there is still some coalition politics going on, I don't think as party leader or interim party leader at the moment of the TPP, Huang Guochang's actually going to go back to the DPP in this case. So in that sense, he will still be leaning more towards the KMT to kind of, at least at the moment, to consolidate the TPP's kind of status within the parliament. However, I don't also, and this might sound like a paradox, I don't think that Huang Guochang wants to be recognized as this party leader of the pretty much the small KMT or the other KMT in the making. So I think in between there might be this delicate balance.
Although the TPP is a rather small party with regards to cross-strait relations and foreign policy, what sort of decisions might Huang lead the party towards?
I think in a sense it would be quite difficult for him to actually do anything about foreign policy at the moment. Maybe cross-strait relations. However, cross-strait relations, Huang Guochang will have to find that delicate balance between the KMT and the DPP, with one being more pro-unification and one being more pro-independence. And if we look at Ko, this was kind of Ko's legacy as well, or Ko's platform, although it was not really clearly meted out. So in that sense, you had the population wondering what Ko really wants, or what the kind of the Taiwan People's Party really wants.
That was Tony Liu from National Zhongxing University. Taiwan's High Court has suspended a corruption case against former Hsinchu Mayor Anne Gao. Gao from the Taiwan People's Party was initially sentenced to 7 years and 4 months for misappropriating funds while in office. However, during an appeal, the High Court ruled that the law she was convicted under may be unconstitutional. They've asked the country's constitutional judges to make a ruling on the law before proceeding. President Lai Ching-te has approved the cabinet's request that the legislature review one of the highly controversial amendments passed in December. The legislature will have to reconsider an amendment concerning the functioning of the Constitutional Court. The change requires 10 justices in order to make judgments, even though only 8 are currently serving. The cabinet has concerns over the amendment's potential impact on citizens' rights and constitutional order. Lawmakers now have 15 days to respond. If a majority upholds the original decision, the amendment will remain in effect. Major Taiwanese media group TVBS has apologized for unintentionally playing Chinese state media coverage on the Jumbotron at a Taipei New Year's event. The broadcast triggered an uproar online and comes amid simmering tensions between Taiwan and China. Joyson reports.
A sensitive mistake to ring in the new year. One of Taiwan's biggest private media groups, TVBS, has apologized for accidentally airing Chinese state media at a New Year's event in Taipei, including images of Chinese fighter jets. The mistake by the outlet, which has close ties with the China-friendly opposition party Kuomintang, sparked anger from people on site and online, some speculating whether it was a hack by Beijing. Taipei's city government has called it a serious mistake. In a statement, TVBS, who was operating the screens near the iconic Taipei 101 skyscraper, apologized and explained that while equipment was being packed away, a subcontractor's backup laptop was still plugged in and showed content queued up by YouTube autoplay, leading to the accidental broadcast of unrelated content. Given Beijing's constant threat to take self-ruled Taiwan by force, the apology and official explanation for the gaffe of playing China Central Television or CCTV to a public crowd in Taipei has left many here unsatisfied.
好像不太妥了。我们台湾应该也会有节目可以播放，为什么一定要播央视？
很多人都有拍限动说怎么都怪怪的。
In recent weeks, officials and citizens in Taiwan have been extra vigilant over Chinese United Front tactics, a tool used by Beijing to get pro-unification messages across. In early December, Taiwanese students protested a group of visiting Chinese students, saying they avoided interacting with their Taiwanese hosts. Chinese officials were also denied entry into Taiwan for an annual forum. And Taiwan's main office that handles cross-strait affairs vowed to investigate claims made by YouTubers about alleged Beijing strategies to recruit Taiwanese influencers. Though the New Year's mishap has been explained as a mistake, lawmakers urge extra attention when planning and executing city-backed public events.
以后台北市政府在办大型活动的时候，应该要特别要求厂商啊，一定要特别的小心注意啊，才不会有这个非预期的画面跑出来。
Officials have stressed the need for people in Taiwan to stay alert and be even more cautious so that any preventable mistakes do not add to already existing pressure and coercion coming from the outside. Kamashu and Joyson for TaiwanPlus.
The Taipei Zoo has welcomed some new members to its animal family. 5 bush babies, a small primate from sub-Saharan Africa. Cadence Karanta reports.
A new year and a new beginning for this bush baby, one of 5 brought into Taiwan illegally, and now settling in to a new home at the Taipei Zoo.
有2批话大概是从县市政府有从民众非法饲养那边有查气进来，然后另外有1批的话是从海关那边，就是机场那边从外面来的。
Native to sub-Saharan Africa, these nocturnal animals need specialized care, and zoo officials say members of the general public who will likely lack training should not try to raise them. They could harm the animals' health by feeding them the wrong food, or by raising these normally social creatures in isolation. The rescued bush babies, which naturally live in forests, have been put into the zoo's indoor rainforest exhibit, a new home that is now open for visitors. Patrick Chen and Cadence Karanta for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out thousands of swimmers in New York braving the winter cold with polar bear plunges to welcome 2025. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.